Hello and welcome back to another Flutter tutorial, and today we are going to continue with our quiz app. So we left off by creating this quiz page, and so when we play now we have this quiz page. So we are going to continue building this. All right, so let's see what do we need. All right, so first things first, let me grab my size again. So I should have put this in a place where I would access it once, but hey, I probably not use this, but let me just grab it in here. So media query, so again we are going to call media query, and then we are going to get our context, and then let's get our size, and then we end in there. So anytime we need to use this, oh, what's going on? Did I leave some? Okay, so what a way to start the video. Anyway, so we return a scaffold, and of course we don't need a center, so let's get rid of this text now. We don't need this anymore. So the body of this app, we are going to return a safe area, and let me just close this so that I don't have to deal with that. And in this safe area, the child of the safe area is going to be a pattern widget, and this pattern is going to be a let's use a const over here, and I already explained this, and we are going to say edge insert dot all. Let's go for 20. Let me quickly save all of this. We are not really going to see much in here. And then the child of the pattern is going to be a column widget. We are going to lay our things vertically, so we need a column, and we know it takes children. Now the children here, let me push this down so that I can set my alignment. So what I want to do here is set the main axis alignment to space between. You soon see why I am doing that. So space between, and then we are going to set the cross axis alignment to stretch. So cross axis alignment to stretch. Okay, if you don't know what these do, you can check out my other video tutorials. I've explained these when you are dealing with columns. Okay, so the first child here, what is it going to be? All right, so what should our child be? You know what, I actually forgot something. Let's change the background color of the scaffold. So let's go in here, and then let's call the background color, and then we are going to get it from our app colors, and then we are going to use, for some reason, I really don't have any idea what that color is, even though I named it background color. So let me save that and see. Let me try other colors and see. What about the gradient color? Is it the same? Yeah, I think I like this rather. So bad naming from me. So yeah, sometimes naming variables or things are just harder than actually coding the app. Now if we wanted, we could have actually put in like an app bar. So you know what, let me just put in an app bar, which would probably not use for anything. So you can do something like that, an app bar. And if I save this right now, we are going to get this blue app bar with the back arrow here. Now if we wanted to change the color of this app bar, we can easily do that, but I'm wondering whether I should just ignore it or I should just go ahead and then change it. But you know what, I'm actually going to do something we haven't done before. So in the app bar here, what I'm going to do is also change its background color. So the background color here is going to be colors dot we actually don't want any color, so we're going to say transparent. We want this to be transparent. We don't want any thing. So if I save this, it looks like that, and the reason is because we have some elevation. So what we can do next is colon elevation and set that to 0 and save that, and that should fix that issue. The up bar is still there. Okay, so if what am I looking for? Title. Yeah, I almost typed text. So if I put in a title and say for example Quetzal, and then let's save this, you can see that is still there. Okay, and of course we can go ahead and then center title. I like to do that, and then just pass this to be true. Save this. So yeah, you can still go ahead and then use this if you want an app bar, but then I think for now that is all I'm going to do over there with the app bar. So back in here, we are going to create our first child, and we are going to use a widget called expanded. Now the expanded widget is going to try to take all the available space that it has or can take. Okay, so this expanded widget is going to have a child of a center widget, and this center widget is going to have a text. So the text here is going to be our quiz question. Okay, this is where we are going to place our quiz question. So I am missing child here, so let me get that in there. So this is going to be our quiz question. So what I can type here is, let's say, quiz question, something like so. And for now I'll leave it just like this so that we can visualize this later. So let me put in my brackets and then save this, and you can see this is barely visible. So you know what, let me actually, so I don't know why I get 2 commas when I just press 1, but that's just strange. So I'm going to call style, and we are going to use Google Fonts, and we are going to stick with Nunito, just like that. And then the colors, we'll go with colors.white, so that we can see what we have over there. I'm going to save this, and you can see this is going to be the quiz question. Now of course it's in the center, but it's stretching to fit everything because of the expanded. Okay, and let's just go ahead and style this. So what I'll continue to do is, so I just pressed that once anyway, let me not complain about that. And then let's call font size, and then let's say font size of 30, and then I think for now that's cool. If whenever we get a question, we can fit it in there. And then in the text widget, we want to make sure that whatever we type is aligned to the center. So we are going to call a widget called text align. There we go, center. I'm going to save this. You wouldn't really notice this, but this is more or less like preventing the text from left aligning or right aligning, so we are centering. So just like in Microsoft Word, if you center your text, align them to the center, that kind of stuff. Now after this, I'm going to create another expanded widget. You would understand all of these as I go on. Hopefully we're able to create this UI very quickly. So so after this expanded, I'm going to have another expanded widget. So let's call expanded, and then the child here is going to be our button. Okay, so we're going to have the question, and we're going to have a button. So this is going to be a true or false question, so we're going to have 2 buttons. So we are going to call elevated button. Am I doing something wrong? Oh yeah, I am doing something horribly wrong. So I don't know why I don't know what that symbol is, but I have it there. Elevated button, and inside here, so inside here we are going to go ahead and provide the child, and this child is just going to be a text widget, and this text widget is going to say true for now. And then we have to go ahead and also provide the onPress method so that it stops complaining. So we have these guys here. I would save this, and you can see the button is being stretched. That's because of the expanded. You notice the first expanded is this, okay, and it will take all the available space that it has. Now this second expanded is also going to take the remaining space, basically splitting it into two, just as you see. Okay, so we have two widgets and they are both expanding to the available space. So this is able to expand from the up bar right to where this widget also starts, and whatever remaining spaces, this is also going to take it. And you can see, because we created this edge insert 20 all around, so we have that nice space. Now the next thing I'm going to do is literally create the same button. If I can get a comma in here, I'm going to create this same button. So this same expanded is what I need. So I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to dump this in here, and I'm going to save this, and you can see they are the same color, no space. So let me provide some space between them. So good old size box. So let's get our size box. And here, if you wanted to be sneaky, we can go ahead and then create a height, and then we can use the size dot height, and then let's see if we multiply this by 0.02. Am I missing something? There we go. So this is just a small thing, so I don't want that to wrap. Save that. So we create this space between them. Now you would realize that they are sharing the spaces equally. So if we could see this space right in here, so picture this as another button. So they are sharing the same space, because expanded will try to take any available space and spreading them. So how can we sort of fix this? Because obviously our buttons are not going to be this big, and we are going to have more questions than this. Now there is something called a flex or flex factor if you're coming from the web flex box, okay, and we use this flex to specify the amount of space it should take, okay, or share. So right now they are sharing this equally, but I can tell the quiz question, you know what, take about 90% or 50% or 60% of the space, and then the rest would share. Okay, so instead of making noise about this, this is what I mean. So within expanded, there is a property called flex. Now if I provide a value like let's say 5 and then save this, you would notice that this quiz, the quiz question, this part is now taking 5 times the available space, whilst leaving these two to share the remaining space, and they'll share it equally. Now if for some reason you wanted to create your buttons to be uneven, then that's also an option, but that doesn't really make any sense. Okay, so we are going to provide a flex factor for the quiz question side. So our questions are going to be here, and then these are going to be our true or false buttons right here. Now I just realized I should have styled this first button before copying and doing all of that, but not a problem. We can quickly style one and then just transfer. So we know the drill, so we are going to say elevated button dot style from, and then we are going to call the primary, and then we are going to go with our up colors dot let's go with the selected color. What does that look like? Alright, I will maintain that. Okay, I'll go with that selected color. I think that's fine for now, and probably we could also just style the text so that we can just copy paste everything once and for all. So you know what, I'm going to grab this guy and then just dump this in here and then modify it. So we have Google fonts. We are going to still use Ninito. The font size 30 is okay. The color, let's go with, I think I have the background color. Let's use that. So app colors dot bg color. Let's see what that looks like. So this is what it looks like, and I think this could be bold. So font weight and then font weight dot bold. Yeah, this is looking okay for me. So all I have to do now is to transfer the styling. So I'm going to grab this entire part. So first I need to grab this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this entire part and just making sure up to the text, I'm going to copy that, and then in here I'm going to replace everything like so. And then all I have to do is change this to false, and then I'm going to change the color for this because the button here shouldn't be blue. Okay, we are going to change that color. So for that one, the primary, we are just going to go with good old colors dot red. Okay, we are going to go with red like that. And then for this, I think a font color of white would do. Colors dot white, something like that. I think this would be perfect. So this is what we've done so far. We went ahead and we created this app bar. We don't really need this app bar. Okay, we'll fix all of these things as we go on, but we don't really need this app bar. But I'm just showing you how you can make it transparent and then all the good stuff. Then we have our question that is going to be here. And then depending on the question, like I said, it's going to be true or false. We are going to provide true or false questions, and if the question is true, the user is going to click. If it's false, the user is going to select what the user think. Okay, and then what we would do at the end of all of this is that we would need to keep track of the scores. Okay, so if the question pops up and it is true and the user taps true, then we want to indicate with something to tell the user that yeah, you got that question correct. And if that's not the case and it was false, or the other way around, or the question, the user got the answer wrong, then we want to indicate with something that the user also got that wrong. I hope that makes sense. So what we can do is we can create, so let's grab our size box. In fact, let me grab it rather than type it. I don't see the point of retyping something that is already there. And then what we can do is we can create a row widget, and then we know a row is going to take children. Okay, and for example, in this row widget, if I create like an icon and then say icons dot check, is it check? I don't know the name of this. Yeah, check. And then we can provide like a size of, let's say 30. I hope that is not so big. So you can see that when we do, we get this check. Okay, so this is what I mean. If the user gets it correct, then we have that in there. Now if I should grab this, and you know what, let's work on the color, and then let's say colors dot let's go with the app colors. So app colors dot selector color, So let me save that. I kind of like that. I don't know whether it's cyan or green. And then I'm going to grab this icon again, and then let me paste this, and then instead of check, this is going to be remove. I don't know if it's called remove circle, and then this would make colors.red. So colors.red, just like this. And then when I save this, that's not what I want, but I'll manage it. I would have to figure out what the I'm looking for the cross, the wrong symbol. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure I'll find it as we go on in the tutorial. Alright, so upon quick check, that particular icon that I need is actually just close. So let's see, so close that is rounded, so something like that. And I think I'm looking for a particular check circle. Yeah, I want to use this one. Yeah, exactly. So this is what I'm going to go with. So you get the idea. So when we answer the right question, then we want to add one of these like so. And if we answer the wrong, well, we get the question wrong, then we want to add something like this. So if I save this, you get the idea. Okay, so this is going to end this video, and on the next part we are going to see how we can start building the logic of this and putting up our questions and wiring everything together to make sense. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.